I'm going to give you 5 powerful points why silence is the key right now. Why silence is very, very important. Why silence is a great tool. I mean, the no contact is the great tool right now for you to get back your husband, for you to restore your marriage. Yes, child of God, you and your husband, you guys have been going on back and forth like you don't know where the relationship is taking you to. I mean, after the divorce or after the separation, he still say, I want you, I need you, I still love you. And yet, he doesn't want to be serious. There's unseriousness on his part. And you are confused. You are asking yourself, where is this new affair, new dating is taking us to? So I'm going to share with you a story from one of my clients. This my client, she and her husband have been divorced for like 4 years, and they were about trying to work things out. She was actually facing the back and forth. Today the man will say, I am interested, and then the next day he will go on cheating, he will go on sleeping with other women. And during the process of coming to tell her, I hope we can be friends, let's date, she was having hope that things is going to get better. And through the prayers that she's making and the fasting, all her mind was that this man's heart is with her, that this man is ready to work things out. Okay? So, only to her surprise that when she visited this man's house, she met another woman. I mean, like another woman. She was broken because she didn't know that the man could go to the extent of actually putting a woman in his house. I mean, this is somebody that is telling her, let's work things out. And this is somebody that is still having sex with her. So she was devastated and she reacted. She busted out there. And do you know what? This man did not defend her in the presence of this lady. No. Instead, the man was so bold to tell her, walk out, go away. I don't want you. I don't love you anymore. I am not interested. I don't want the marriage. The man disgraced her in the front of this other woman. And she felt empty. She felt she's nothing. I mean, all her hopefulness, all the effort she was making, I mean, all the deceit. You know, this man actually came and make her to understand that he still loved her. So she was so hot. Like, so this man was actually lying to me. And she didn't know what to do. I mean, this is a circumstance that she can harm herself. And to the glory of God, we were talking that time. There is a time she reached out and I had to encourage her. We entered into a little experiment. And the experiment was that cease all communication, like go silent. Because right now, after the man has attacked you and disgraced you publicly, he will want to know the next step. Because one thing I discovered is that this is a family that they have children. I believe the man still loves her, but he was still battling this, his weakness or whatever. But he was still like, am I sure I really want to go back in this marriage? So when I advised her to go silent, and one of the main reasons I asked her to go silent was actually for her to have a moment with the Lord. And it worked to the glory of God. So she ceased from going into social media. Remember, the man has actually told her, go, I don't want you anymore. I don't love you. I am not interested. I don't want us to rebuild the marriage. I don't want us to come back together. So they separate. Are you following? And all she does was to cease contact, cease any movement, any place that this man might use to know her next move. She ceased posting, she ceased WhatsApp status, anything, and complete silence. And this man didn't know what was going on. He didn't know her next move was. And the most important thing is that she now decided to use this moment to seek God. Yes. Not just like in my own case, I will not just say go silent and just do nothing. No, I'm not a preacher of that. But go silent and release everything into the hand of God. Release everything into the hand of the Almighty God. So what happened is that the secret works, the secret battle in this moment of silence, the Lord God, your Father that you have run to, your Father that you are resting on, your Father now that you have submitted every of this problem will take up and then will fight the battle for you, will separate this your husband from this woman or whatever thing that was distracting him or was confusing him. The Lord will be the one to give him clarity at this moment. The Lord will be the one to actually help him to understand what he needs to do. So during this 7 days fasting, because she actually chose to do a 7 days fast, whereby she fasted from 6 to 6, okay? My dear, do you know, to the glory of God, on the 7th day, the husband appeared. He appeared sober. He cried. He came and cried, "I'm sorry. I was confused. I didn't know what I was doing. I need you. I want this marriage." You know what happened is that before she was showing desperation. Yes. She was always calling the man, checking up on him, following all his movements, and this was pushing the man away. Instead of the man being the one pursuing her, she was the one pursuing the man. That is number one reason that silence is important. So she removed her power from the man, from the circumstances, from what was going on. I mean, the man cheating on her in broad daylight and even being bold to tell her, "Go, I don't love you, I don't want you, leave my house," and all that. So when she removed her mind, her focus and energy, she wasn't crying, the man didn't see her begging and all that. The man had to come back. And then he was the one begging her now. He was the one seeking ways on how to reconnect with her. So silence is very powerful. During this process, one of the things that I notice is that we ladies, because we are so emotional in nature, we are always so overwhelmed because of this uncertainty that we started to be more desperate, more needy, trying to control things, trying to make sure that things are working right, things are working the way they should. I'm talking about the reconciliation, trying to fasten up issues. And because of this, your husband or the man will be the one withdrawing. The man will now keep staying on his lane. He will not move on to the next stage of reconciliation. So the very first reason silence is going to help you in these circumstances is because men hate to be ignored. Yes, they really dislike being ignored. So because you have been so engaged, so involved, trying to get him, trying to get along, trying to make him to see you love him, when once you stop all this act of desperation, act of pushing, act of making him to see that you are valuable, he's going to like, wow, how is she ignoring me? What is going on? Are you sure she doesn't has another person? She has not gotten another man? There will be a lot of things going on his mind. So this will build curiosity in him and he will start wondering what is going on. This is another way to attract him because he will now start being the one pursuing you. He will check up on you. He will even go social media. He will even come around. Sometimes you will be surprised when you see him. He will say, "Oh, I came to check the garage. I came to pick up something." You don't know that he's coming to check on you. Yes. So you have to place your power back to yourself. You have to stop being needy. You have to stop being desperate. You have to stop begging right now. You have to stop wanting to show you love, you care, you want this marriage. Like, I'm not saying you should pretend, but make sure that you don't overdo anything. You don't overdo anything of showing the love. Because actually, yes, it's true that you need to show some love, show some availability, let him know that you want the marriage. Yes, that is basic. But do not overdo these things. Because the more you overdo it, the more you will push him away. So sometimes you need to actually operate silent. You need to actually remove your focus from him and put it on yourself and God. And that is how you're going to get him back. Okay. Number two important tips concerning this silence, why silent is the way right now for you to get your husband back, is that this silence will allow your husband to imagine if you have moved on. Okay, so there will be a lot of questions popping up on his head. So he will think, has she gotten another person? Is she happy? Maybe she's happy. That is why she's not checking up on me. That is why she doesn't care about the relationship again. This could also lead him to believe that you have lost interest in him. And because of this, he will be motivated to get his control back, to get you to be interested in him again. So this will actually help him to start thinking more about you, start thinking more of how to reconnect with you, how to get you engaged, how to re-establish the connection again, especially when you are the one that sees the communication. He will want to know why, and he will want to take back his control over you. Another important benefit of silence is that silence allowed emotions to cool down. I mean, from both sides. Like that anger, like that my friend that I was talking about, as she was so angry, so hot of the betrayal, because of this silence and the moment with the Lord, she was able to cool down and she was able to forgive. She was able to let go of the hurt, and that helped in the healing process, because through the grace of God, the healing process was now more faster. The husband have now realized his mistake and he retrieved from that. He actually saw his nakedness and stopped doing it, because he promised he will not do it, and to the glory of God, he has been more faithful now. And you need to know that when the emotions are cool off, when you have this moment within yourself whereby you cool down and reason properly, you are no more acting based on the anger, you are no more acting based on your emotions, okay? Because of this silent moment, then no contact moment, you have been able to think through of all the problems, of all the challenges you are facing, and this will actually help you guys. So because you have been able to cool off, and even because your husband have been able to cool off during this time, because there's no contact, there's nobody pouring out emotions or anger at each other, this will help you guys to actually calm down and actually be able to talk again properly when you guys start communicating again. So silence, no contact help you guys to know how to reconstruct your thoughts, reconstruct your communication without using hurtful words. So it is time of cooling off, time of relaxing, time of letting off, time of forgiveness. So it's very, very important that if you feel that things are boiling up, things are choking, that your emotion is choking you, then you need to take up this silent moment, this no contact period, so that you can help yourself to let off, lose up. Because if you don't do this, you are going to keep bottling up anger in you, and this will weigh on you and probably lead to your ill health. Yes, this might contribute to you going into depression. So you need to actually get yourself back, get your energy back, get your good thinking, good reasoning back. Let go of the hurt and pain so that you can be able to heal, so that you can be able to re-establish a better relationship with your husband. Yes. So the truth is that I acknowledge that it is very, very difficult this time, especially during this your separation or divorce. It's not easy to actually do these things. That is why the number 4 reason for silence is very important. And this is the moment of going to God, because you cannot do this on your own. So silence help you to have a good moment with God, because as at this time, your thoughts will only be on God. You have removed your focus from your husband, and now you are only thinking you and God. Father, I come to you. Lord, I can't do this on my own. I trust you. You will do it for me. You are doing it to others. And because you are establishing a total faith on God, you then will see the result. You then will see the answer of your prayers. So silence, the no contact period, help you to reconnect to your God, your source, the source of your power, the source of your strength, the one that will actually do these things that you cannot do for yourself, because you cannot be able to restore this marriage on your own. You need God. And when you are going to God, please go to God with absolute mind, total and full concentration on God. And that is when you will see the result. So God is that higher power that will help you to break forth and take back your marriage and get back your husband and reconcile speedily with your husband. Number 5 reason why silence is a powerful tool for your reconciliation is that it helps you and give you moments whereby you focus on yourself and add value to your life. During this moment, you need to know that you have to focus on your self-improvement, increasing your emotional well-being, making sure that you take care of yourself both physically, mentally, and even spiritually. So during the moment of silence is the time that you learn new things. Make sure you study the scriptures. Make sure you study good books that are going to help you to be in charge of your life, to be in charge of your thoughts, to be able to have full control of what should hurt you and what should not hurt you, because this is the power that you need to be able to walk through this reconciliation process. You need to understand that when you are able to add value to your life, when you are able to control your emotions, when you are able to increase your self-esteem, when you are able to be more confident and more bold, more elegant, when you are able to feel your feminine energy, sister, this is when you'll be able to attract your husband back to you, because your husband will start seeing the light of God in you. He will start seeing how happy, how radiant you are, how good and excellent, and he will desire, he will want to be part of that glorious woman you have become. So you need this moment to add value to your life. You need this moment to work on you. You need this moment to become a better version of you. Instead of you to sit down and keep begging, keep crying, keep doing the same thing that you are doing over and over and over again, it is always good to cool off and take some moment to work on yourself, to move on, and to get hold of every situation so that you'll be able to get a better marriage. Because this reconciliation we're talking about a permanent restoration that is going to be filled with love, peace, unity. We're not just talking about temporal restoration. We're not talking about back and forth system whereby today he comes, tomorrow he goes. No, that is why you need to prepare. So this silence also helps you to prepare for a better marriage. It helps you to work on things that were lacking and things that you will need for the sustenance of this new marriage that the Lord is going to establish between you and your husband. So working these things out actually help you. And I understand that sometimes it might be difficult. You might not know how to go about it. So if you need a one-on-one coaching on how to actually be able to take charge of your life and be able to attract your husband back, feel free to reach out to me. You're going to see my contact in the description of this video. If you have another opinion, if you have a question that you want or you might want me to make video on, or you want me to answer you directly, put it in the comment section, okay? I'm going to treat that question. You are blessed. See you in my next video.